Yo, what's going on, everybody? Sorry if the 3D printer's going in the background. I just got to work it again. So I'm printing again. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Welcome to Stacking Satoshi Sunday, where all we talk about is Bitcoin mining. And I got some good, interesting stuff for you guys today. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Looks like Chuck Danger was first. I guess I'll start announcing that. Son of a Rabbit, Golden Wolf, Offshore Miner, Automatic Beats, Integra Guy, RA. How you guys all doing today on Sunday? Oh, and then we have Caw Valley Crypto. And then, Mr. Tech Doofus. How you doing, sir? All right. So, Bitcoin mining, hasn't been doing anything great lately, right? We're still in that kind of lull period. But this was to be expected, at least, for people who have been in Bitcoin mining for a while. This is just that time of the season right now. It's a good time to still, depending upon if your ASICs are still profitable or not, maybe turn them off, clean them out. You know what I mean? This is still kind of that good time. Crazy Monkey Crypto. How you doing, man? I think you're kind of new. Green Hash, how you doing? Retro Mike, how are you? The Bitcoin maxis unite. Yeah, that's it. That is it. Well, it's been going pretty well here. I was just talking to the person who's hosting most of my ASICs. So I'm thinking about I'm running some numbers and I'm thinking about bringing them back up because I have been at a very down-tuned state just because I wanted to do that for my own personal financial situation, right? I tuned down my farm because if I need to pay the power or something happens, becomes really unprofitable, and I'm still on that billing cycle, right? It kind of helps me out a little bit. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into today's thing here. We're going to be talking about some firmwares as well as some control boards that you guys can get out there. So let me see if I can't share my screen here. And I was just running some numbers here, but the first firmware we're going to be talking about is one that's been around for a very long time, and it's Vinish. It's probably, I think that's, and Metro Mike will correct me. He will if I'm wrong, but I believe these guys are the original guys who've been out the longest. So now these guys, their firmware doesn't just work with Bitcoin miners. I know we're very Bitcoin centric, but I'll just throw this out there. This firmware also works with an L7, right? Right here. You can see it right down there, right where my mouse is. Now, have I tried it with that? I haven't. So I don't know. I don't know what it's like on the L7, but I would like to test Vinish because I've never used them before. It says a decrease in consumption up to 20% and increase profits up to 50%. That's a very, very bold statement. But you can see all the models that they support down here, all the S19s, and you can see that they even support the Beagle Bone variants. I dislike the Beagle Bone control boards. They are a huge pain in the neck. I dislike the Beagle Bone control boards. After working on several S19s, I dislike them the most. But you can see they also support older models as well, and they also support some L3 pluses, L3 plus plus, and the L7. So it would be interesting to see, how this actually performs. I've never used this before, so this might be something I might test out. I'm just kind of showing you guys some of the firmwares that are out there that are trusted. These guys have been out for quite some time. But this is very interesting here. If you look here, you can see, obviously you can select firmware for all your whatever devices you're using. But they're going to come out with what's miner firmware. I mean, dude, that will be game changing. There is, as far as to my knowledge, there is no custom firmwares for what's miners or Avalons, right? Um, so this will be really interesting because I do know that people do run very big what's miner Bitcoin mining farms, and the what's miners are extremely reliable, but they just don't have as many tuning options as some of the Bitmains have. So Bix Bit for what's miner. Okay, I'll have to check that out. Yeah, there's some silicon support too. They have, looks like only 3 units right here. So Vanish is the L3 goat. Okay, really? So if you got an L3, this is probably where you want to go. Huh. I'm gonna have to definitely try out this firmware. I have not tried it yet. But I'm always interested in learning something new and trying something out for the first time. As most people know who watch me on, on the regular, I am definitely into trying out new things. I would be, what is their see your frequently asked questions here? I want to see, is it possible to reset an ASIC to factory settings after using custom firmware? Yes, just install the official firmware in the usual way. Are there any risks? Absolutely not. All firmware is thoroughly tested. And is it free? It says our software is, please note that custom firmware is has a developer fee, rewards for developers. Developer fee depends on the equipment and is usually between 1.8 to 2.8%. Looks like there's a grammatical error. They have commas and not periods. But that's fine. The next one is going to be Brains, which is the one that I use, and I also mine to the Brains pool. So I use the Brains OS, which is their auto tuning firmware. And you can download the Brains toolbox and have it scan your whole network for all your Bitcoin miners and install Brains OS across hundreds of machines all at once in a click of a button, which is really, really cool because you don't have to, how firmware was, way back when is you would actually have to take an SD card or a micro USB and actually plug it into the ASIC and install the firmware that way. So having a toolbox like this to scan networks and be able to do it on the fly is really impressive. I would be interested to see though if this Vanish is has a similar toolbox, you know what I mean, to download over the network. That's kind of where all these guys are going. That's kind of where the industry's been going. So I would imagine they would. What's miner M30? So okay, bad ace. We are not talking GPU mining or AI in this stream at all. This is strictly Bitcoin mining. We do not mention, I don't even know what GPUs are right now. What are those things? Call Valley Crypto says that he's getting 46 terahashes at 1440 watts is the lowest I've gotten in Bixbits. Is that the lowest power draw, or is that what's the best efficiency you've gotten from your what's miner, right? What is the stock efficiency? And then using the Bixbit, what efficiency have you gained? Like, have you increased efficiency by 20%, 10%, 30%? I would be interested to know those numbers. Yes, Retro Mike. Be careful of Retro Mike. He will be doing the banning if you're mentioning non-Bitcoin mining stuff. Have you tried Earl Latcher? No, I haven't. I have not. If you guys put if you got, well, I'll have to actually look. So I'll have to look on the internet here because I can't click links in StreamYard, which is extremely annoying. The next firmware is going to be Luxor. Now, I've used these guys before. I've done a video on it. Now, I did say in a few streams that these guys did have a little hiccup, but I know people that have been using them. I know Iowa Crypto Mining uses Luxor as well as Brains. He uses both firmwares. Um, I would just be I would warn people a little bit because I have seen a bad incident with Luxor with them burning up the ASICs and the hash boards catching on fire. That's my only thing. Now, did it happen to me? No. Do I know all the variables? No. But it's happened to someone. So I just want to put out that caution, right? As well as in their toolbox, they didn't allow you to directly uninstall it. Now, I haven't used this firmware in several months, so it could be out there, but in their toolbox, they let you install the firmware, but you couldn't remove it with the toolbox, right? You would actually have to SSH into the actual ASIC and do an uninstall .sh command for the script to uninstall it, which was kind of annoying. So I don't know if they fixed that or not. How you doing, Ozzy J? Mining and crypto. Oh, it's a machine mod from Alto Tech. So Crazy Monkey Crypto. I'm getting to those guys. I'm getting to the control boards, and I will be showing off some of them from Altair Tech. So Luxor is another one. They also have about a 2.5% dev fee. They also have their own pool, so you can mine to them to their Lux pool and not pay the dev fees. It kind of seems like these guys who make firmware kind of also make pools, and then they incentivize you to mine to their pool. And this way you don't have to pay the developer fee, right? Which I do use Brains, so I do mine to the Brains pool. So it does help there to mine there to not pay that fee. It's small, but hey, every little bit adds up over time. Now, this is one that I've only heard a little bit about, and I don't know much about it. And I know that the space design warehouse guy, I might have pronounced his YouTube channel wrong. I know he did something on this, which is crazy. So in I think he did it on S19s, but they say they only support T17. So this one I don't really know. Not sure if I'm gonna trust it or not. But I do know the space design warehouse guy did use this stuff. So this is another firmware that I've heard of. Now we're over here at Altair Solutions, and if you come over here to their parts section, they have several control boards for sale from various vendors. They have the Epic control board for 100. Ooh, man. So they have the Epic control board, which is something similar to Brains or Luxor that lets you do overclocking and undervolting. And here, let's get a picture so you guys can see. This is what it looks like inside of the Epic control board from Altair Tech. Now, you have to do some math on this, right? You have to do the math. Does this $150 control board increase your efficiency enough to offset the cost of the control board, right? Like if I spent $150 extra per unit I had to have this control board, how long does it take for the control board to pay itself back to me? A year, 2 years? Because you have to sit down and do the math for this. So I don't know if it's worth it. Half the price of a used S19. Yeah. I thought this used to be a lot cheaper. I don't know. Maybe it's more expensive because everybody's trying to be efficient right now. I thought it was cheaper than $150. I thought it was like $130. Yeah, that seems really pricey to me. Obviously they have regular other control boards. Is this one of the ones for the other miners, the Nord? I'm not familiar with with this brand here. AC Infinity Cloud Line board enables Bitcoin miners to automatically control the speed of an AC Infinity fan. Oh, okay, that's kind of cool. So this is like an add-on that connects to your AC. There's the AC plugs right there. Because I have AC Infinity fans in my garage. Okay. So if you have AC Infinity fans that are running on your Bitcoin miners, you could plug in the plugs here, and then this board allows the AC Infinity fans to be tuned by the firmware. I don't know if that's worth an extra $50. Maybe. I guess if you had one of those for fruition kits that go on there, if you had one of the fruition kits on there, you know what I'm saying, that might be worth it. This is a new one. This is from Marathon, which is from a Bitcoin mining farm, and these are their custom boards that they built from Maratech. And I believe Iowa Crypto Mining did some content on this, so be sure to go check out his channel. And I think he even gave one away. I can't really click on the picture. There we go. All right. So, okay, this is a really different feel here compared to like all the other ASIC boards and stuff like that. Huh. I haven't messed with the Mara board yet, but if it can get efficiency really good, and I mean compared to like a Epic, right? Look, this is $100 compared to the Epic that's 150, right? So, I mean, that's a huge savings. You know what I mean? And if it can do the same thing that the Epic does as far as efficiency, I mean, that would dramatically reduce your return on the control board. Obviously, there's zero developer fee on that, lifetime license. Oh, here we go. Here's some highlights. Supported miners are the S19J, S19J Pro, S19XP, S19J Pro Plus, S19K Pro, S21, and T21s. Oh, so they even support the new miners. Very interesting. Nice. I like that. They even have a YouTube video for you guys to watch. What mining pools. There's no limitation for the pools. Is there any risk? However, overclocking comes with additional risks. Yeah, obviously, if you're overclocking your ASIC. The Arizona dryness right now is just wrecking my eyes. Is this control board compatible with the Nord's Cloudline board? Oh, and it says yes. Is it okay? Compatible with Loki's board? Yes, it does. Interesting. Obviously, you can't run other firmwares on it. Do I need to install fan spoofers to run with the AC Infinity fan line? No spoofers are needed. Oh, interesting. You don't even need fan spoofers. Okay. Cool. Yeah, maybe I'll reach out to Altair and see if they can maybe hook me up with one of these. These would be really cool. I find it to be pricey, which is why I use Vanish. John says the bonus with the Altair board is your old board makes a good spare if it breaks down. Yes, exactly. Always keep the original Bitmain control boards. Control boards do fail from time to time, so it would be good to keep the stock one, you know what I mean, in a parts section, you know, in your closet, in case you ever need to replace it. So this one will be interesting because it's much cheaper than the Epic. Way cheaper. I think that's just a stock what's miner board. That's just a stock one, yeah. I don't know if there's control boards for the What's miners like that. I don't know. I am not a What's miner guy by any means. What is this Loki kit? What is this, dude? These guys got all kinds of cool stuff on here. Compatible brains of Vanish on Xilinx or BeagleBone control boards, not compatible with the no pick aluminum bracket hash boards. Okay. Loki kits tricks the Bitmain X19 miners into hashing from a suitable DC power supply. You want to, oh, so this is the kit. This is what you use to run 120. Okay. It's called the Loki kit. All right. I like it. It's Loki. That means deceiving. I like that. I like the name. It's catchy. Really cool. Kind of cool. Be sure to keep the miner's power draw under 1500 watts to avoid overloading. Obviously, yeah, because you're running it on 120. That's interesting. That's actually kind of cheap. I mean, if you wanted to run an S19 and like undervolt it, you know, and get like better efficiency, and you wanted to run it on 120, I mean, like $35 isn't really that bad, really. That's a really cheap kit. But I mean, there's also not a lot to it either, though. So, whoa, what's this? Epic Universal Mining Control Board V5 and firmware for What's miners. Whoa. This is an Epic control board for a What's miner. What? $145. Ooh. Supports the M3 series and M5 series with chip types 1950, 1960, and 1968. Huh, that's legit. Okay. Dude, Altair has all kinds of goodies. Whoa, what's this? $60? Okay. Am I missing something here? We just seen it for 100, and now it's $60. What am I missing here? Is this a different control board? No, because it says all supported miners. What does this one do that the other one doesn't? Dang, that is the cheapest aftermarket firmware controller I've ever seen. That is wild. Oh, but why doesn't this one say that there's no fees? This one doesn't say anything about fees. Is there a fee associated to this one then? Because you remember the other one. Ah, there it is right there. 2% dev fee. Nope. I mean, why get that control board where you can just like install brains? You know, that makes no sense to me. That's just kind of a nope. No thanks. Oh, they don't have the brains control boards on here anymore. They used to sell the brains ones. Now they don't have them. They just have the brains SD card. But brains also has their control board as well, which is what Desert Miner got. I hooked him up. Did you hear about the S21 Spark model coming out with 300? Oh my man. Oh man, I'm afraid of how much power that thing's going to use. That thing's going to use so much power. But this is the control board I did my video on recently, and Desert Miner is the lucky guy to get it. And they're priced reasonably, right? Obviously, if you buy more and you have a bigger farm, you get discounts. If you buy 5 or more, it's $94. You buy more than 10, it's $89. Right now, it's $100. So to me, this is $100, or this is $50 cheaper than the Epic. So to me, this makes sense. I'm really familiar with brains, so it's just something that I like to use. Here's some demonstrations, obviously, that they have with some of their overclocking. Um, one thing I wanted to show you guys though is here on Twitter is this video right here. See if I can make it bigger. There we go. This is out in the desert. Oh, hold on. You guys can't see it because I'm in full screen. Okay, hold on. This is out in the middle of the desert. I'm assuming it's Arizona, maybe Nevada, somewhere. Right. He's got these filters right here. And it's just running on solar, right? That's all that is right there is running on solar. That is crazy. Really crazy. He says it's 102. So he's probably either in Nevada or he's in my neck of the woods. No, I don't think that's Texas. I'm gonna look around. Let me I don't know. Kind of looking like my neck of the woods there. Maybe it could be Texas, maybe. But see, even at 102 degrees, they're still able to cool themselves if the airflow is sufficient. I'd be interested to see what the hot aisle on the back, or is it just the miners just shoving it out? You know what I mean? Be interested to see what that's like. But they did have, like, you could see that there is a shitload of of solar panels there because they probably have to collect so much energy per day. But wouldn't that be just crazy? Like if you had like you paid nothing for power, like what if you paid zero? And let's just say you had 20 of these. And power doesn't matter. What would you make? You'd make $132 a day. You'd make at the current price, you'd make $4,000 a month or 50 grand a year. But then you have to figure out, okay, like what, like you have to buy all the batteries, you got to buy the inverters, you got to buy all the solar panels. Like, I would be in. This is probably so much solar. I'm scared to like ask like, he has this rows of panels. Right, you don't have to pay for the power, but it's upfront, right? So it's like how if you're mining the Bitcoin and it's free power, right? How much did it cost you to set up all this power? And when would you get a return on your investment, right? 40, yeah. Oh wow, 40? Ooh, man, dude, 40 would be crazy. I think 50 would be good. Like 50, like, I don't know. To me, he definitely doesn't have 50 there. In that little box there, I mean, I would be surprised. He's probably running more like I said, maybe a total of in that because there's looks like there's a couple of different compartments. So I'm thinking maybe he has 20 machines. Um, but I know there's secondhand used solar panels that you could buy in bulk. But you still have to buy all that stuff. Um, that is just crazy. Well, I think he has enough panels in that area where it's completely off grid. I don't think he's backfeeding into the grid. I think he's just running the solar and just powering his miners. And that's it. Because here, I mean, look, you can see he has, look at all, these are all of his inverters right here. There's just a wall of them. It probably goes like way over here. You know what I mean? And then that power is just going directly into there. That is insane. Um, that is just crazy. I seen that on Twitter today, and I was like, dude, that's nuts. I mean, it's a great idea. I just wonder how much money he spent in setting all this up, right? Like, how much did it cost? And then obviously you have to buy the actual ASICs. You got to buy the ASICs. You got to buy solar panels. You know the inverters, all the wire. You know what I mean? Like what are you into at that like what like 100 grand, 150 grand? Like you know what what did everything cost? I'd be curious. You know what? Yeah, you know what? Here, I'm gonna see if I can't go back to YouTube here. I'm gonna put a poll. Go to my YouTube here. Go here. Mute this so I don't feedback. And I want to run a poll. How much did the desert ATC mining operation cost? All right, and I'm going to put more than 100K, and then I'll do less than 100K. All right. Curious what you guys think. What you guys think? I'd be interested to see that. But let me get back over here to my other screen here, and I'll stop sharing. There we go. So we're gonna get into the kind of the other end of the thing here. If you guys got questions, about Bitcoin mining or any of that stuff, now it's kind of gonna be that time. Let's see, Crypto says when I always looked at it as I would make more money selling the power back to the power company or into crypto. Yeah, that's what people have to what they have to think about, right? Because you could always backfeed into the grid, especially if you're on those varying power rates. Like usually at night, it's very cheap to collect power, and then during the day, like if he stored enough power, he could wait till the next day to where it's like at the peak where everybody's like using their AC and stuff like that to cool their houses. And when there's like high demand, he could sell the power back to the grid and make more money that way. There's all kinds of strategies with the power game, but personally, I think he's just mining out in the desert with his own solar. That's kind of what I think he's doing. Ozzy J says you put an extra panel to give to the power company to get a great deal. Well, if you think about it, if he sets up just his own solar, he doesn't have to get power from anyone. He can just store it right in the batteries in the cells, and then he doesn't pay any power. He pays zero. He is his power company. So the only factoring cost that he has is his initial cost to start making power with all that stuff. Yeah, Crypto Shade. That's what I'm saying. He probably has a battery bank to store the power. He's probably drawing in more power than what his ASICs are using, and this way they can run at night. You know what I mean? Even if they can't run a full 24 hours, even if he was running like a 20-hour cycle or 18-hour cycle, that's still really good because you're not paying for any of that cost. I just wonder, I just wonder what he's doing. Let's see here. Let me look at the poll really quick. Let's see here. Okay, 13 votes, guys. Come on, we got like 50 people in here. Let's get some more votes in here. But yeah, if you guys got questions or anything like that about Bitcoin mining, how to get into Bitcoin mining or anything like that, this is the last section of the stream here. Just going to be the AMA. Those are kind of my subjects for today, is to learn about using different firmwares to increase our efficiencies, as crypto miners, right? And then obviously looking at some of the other control boards you can buy that offer the 0% dev fee. So this way you can mine to any pool you want. But with that comes its own, calculation you need to do of how much the control board is versus what the dev fee is, and what's the difference between the dev fee and not having a dev fee, and when you be paid back. Offshore miner says I'm just about 15K cost for a 16 kilowatt solar system, but that's only enough battery bank to run 30 amps constant for no longer than 16 hours max per day. Okay. To run 30 amps. I mean, that's still pretty good. Um, Aussie J says, would you recommend mining with an S9 if running off solar? You need to do a calculation of which ASIC you should buy based upon like how much and how big your solar system is, right? Um, because you have to figure out the return on the investment. I know the S9 is a really, really low terahash unit. I don't know if it's worth it. I don't know that answer. Um, I haven't got a lot into solar. The solar guy is going to be the boss. That's going to be Chump. He's the solar guy. Based on Brains, where's the best efficiency you've gone for the S19K? The best efficiency I got with the S19K is tuning it down really, really low to 1506. And I get about 20 watts, for each terahash, about 20.3-ish. It goes up and down, because it's a wave, but it's about 20.5-ish is what I'm getting there. And I think I'm like at around like 68, 65 terahash. It moves up and down. It depends on Silicon Lottery. Some of them are at like 74, and there's like really great Silicon Lottery. Other ones perform less. It kind of just depends. Mm. Hey, Travelers Travels. Um, the the Nano 3 for solar. Ugh. I know Travelers Travels. G just loves those Nano 3s. He's always talking about them. Oh, here is the boss himself, actually. How you doing, boss? He says, just released a video today, gonna release it tomorrow, about my current solar setup because my new stuff should be coming Friday. Nice. If it's off-grid solar, you only get 7 hours per day of mining. I think that depends on where you live. I have lots of sunshine here in Arizona. And I think depends on the size of your battery bank and the size of your array, how much power you're pulling. I mean, Zarkov, there's a huge calculation to that. You know what I mean? Lurking. He says, "Oh, he's lurking. He's doing yard work." Oh man, Trump goat. This guy is digging. He's digging a freaking. He's digging a hole for his pool by hand with a shovel. Jump. Just go get like a little mini excavator and be done in an hour, dude. What are you doing digging by by hand, dude? That's just awful. That is brutal work. I do not like when I did concrete work and stuff like that and doing stuff with the shovel, man, that is hard work. I am good. Never again. Yeah, definitely, guys. Be sure to check out Chum Change's video. He said he made a video today. He says it should release tomorrow. So you guys are interested in that. He does a lot of solar content out there. Michael Cartwright says, I did the S9 turned down for a lottery miner at 200 watts per the hobbyist miner video. Working good so far. Oh, yeah, tuning it down. There you go. Crypto Shape says, yeah. He says, too many variables. I did a DIY Tesla wall collecting free 18,650 battery backs, but ton of labor involved. It's how much time you want to put into it. yeah, it's definitely going to be about your time, and then as well as like your money. You know what I mean? The cost to do it all. And then you have to do a calculation of how relevant your miner is going to be, because obviously there's going to be halvings and increase of hash rate and reduction in rewards, and then there'll be price pumps, and obviously Bitcoin goes up and down, and there's a lot to calculate for that equation. Um, uh, well, guys, I'll be going 45 minutes. Yeah, we're just hanging out here, just hanging out. I guess I'll put some music on. Hawk always says I'm the quiet guy. Here you go. Here's some Night Rider music for you guys, so I don't get the something in between the spaces. I am to kind of talk about tomorrow. Um, I am going to be releasing a video tomorrow for all you people out there that want non-Bitcoin mining stuff. I will be releasing a video tomorrow about Salad. So I can kind of talk. I won't talk about it, but I'll just say that that's going to be my video for tomorrow. Will be about Salad for all you people interested in non-Bitcoin mining stuff. Anyone else have a dual S9 known as an S10? No, I do not. That is well before my time. Ozzy says Flux is still the only coin I'm mining so far. Man, true believer right there. And Crypto Shape with the lettuce emojis. Ranch increases hash rate. Another possible channel announcement is I was considering, because I get asked a lot of questions about AI and Salad and like Vast and like all kinds of other stuff. I was considering doing something similar to Panda and the Hobbyist, and like maybe scheduling out a small window of my time to people on there. So that's something else I am looking into. That might be coming soon. Flux Flux Edge 8. Oh, my eyes. This dryness just kills me. I need to go put some more Visine in them. Anyone done an interview with the Salad team? No. Well, actually, the Hobbyist did, I think. He did. This dryness is just murdering me right now. Give me 1 sec, guys. I'm gonna turn off this light. Turn off the light and just use some natural sunlight. I had the soft box on me, so no, Crypto Shape. It's the dryness here in Arizona. It really gets to my eyes. Yeah, it really affects me. I need to go put some more stuff. Salad, popular, yes. Profitable, not so much. That's not true. But we're not talking about that today. You have to wait till tomorrow's video there, Mr. Michael Cartwright. I hate having a box in my face. Oh, Ozzy with the jokes. So funny, man. Oh, Flux Edge is in a few weeks. Yeah, I have some eye drops hanging around my desk here somewhere. I need to go put some more in. The desert is brutal here. I didn't grow up here, by the way. I grew up in Washington, where there's actually humidity. So yes, it's really bad. So let's go back to our poll. We have 34 votes. It looks like you guys say Um, 73% say that was over $100,000. That was kind of my guess. That was my guess as well, that it was well over $100,000. No, definitely not Ozzy. Definitely not. More than happy to send some. Yes, please do. I would like some humidity. The dryness it's awful. Oh boy. Well, we got about 10 more minutes. That was kind of a quick stream. I kind of went through everything a little quicker than I thought. When I was talking about some of the other firmwares, I am interested in the most of Vanish though. Um, I haven't used it, so I would be interested to see how well it actually does. That is probably, out of everything I talked about today, that's the one that I'm interested in the most, is Vanish. Although people with L7s, very interesting. I would like to see what Vanish would do for your L7. I know there's some people out there with L7s, so that would be really interesting to see what kind of efficiency could be gained from Vanish on the L7, because L7 miners, I had an L7 for a while. I don't think, maybe not quite a year. I had it for several months, and I ended up selling it to the hobbyist. But I think the Litecoin and Doge mining is really gonna get really explosive. You got the L9 coming out. You have the Alpha Packs people coming in with their DG1s and DG whatevers, and then you got Locotech, who still hasn't launched anything yet, but is kind of, lurking there in the background, right? And this is why I got out of the L7 game myself. It was just a choice, is I felt there was too much competition, right? So I think that efficiency will be key moving forward for Litecoin and Doge, right? And here's the thing: is the Litecoin mining isn't really the most profitable aspect of the L7. It is mining Doge. That's where your profitability is. So you're really dependent upon a meme coin to carry you, which over this bear run has been well. The L7's been a really tried and true ASIC miner, and Doge proved to be a decent coin, right? Because profitability during the bear run, it had dipped down some, but it's been pretty good for the L7. I mean, if you're going to ask that as far as profitability, it's going to be a Caspa miner, probably the KS5 Pro or something like that, right? That's probably going to be the most profitable ASIC. I don't really want to get into Caspa mining. I'm not an advocate for Caspa mining, at least at this point in the game. I think you're better off just buying it and doing it that way. Because I feel like there's just going to be a constant cycle every 3 to 6 months of new Caspa miners coming out, because explosive hash rates and obviously a very aggressive emission schedule for that particular project. So mixed with that, it's too volatile. I don't ever recommend Caspa miners to people. Call Valley says Vanish is like brains, giving you undervolting abilities, but you need to have the patience to do the testing. Okay, do they have like an auto tune feature, Call Valley, like brains or Lux, where they'll auto tune stuff for you, or no? You have to do voltages and frequencies. It's winter here in Australia. Can't come over. Oh man. Oh, it is like 106 today where I'm at. It's awful. I can't answer your question, Ozzy, because it's not a Bitcoin mining question. No Bitcoin mining. Call Valley says they do have auto tune. Okay. I am interested to try out Vanish. If anybody here has tried Vanish on an S19K Pro, I would be interested to know your results. If you've used it on your on an S19K Pro, Call Valley, I would be interested to know the results and how good of a tune you got on it. There, 18.9 joules. Whoa, what? Luke? Okay, at what terahash is that? What terahash is that? I'm interested. Highly interested. Let's give me the numbers, Luke, and I'll punch it in and mine the ASIC right now. We'll do profitability. What terahash was that? At what wattage? No, Ozzy, I do not have a full Bitcoin yet. One day I will. I'm like at a quarter. He says he needs to check his laptop. Hurry up, check your laptop, Luke. I'm interested, man. That is really good. That is like almost down to like the S21 efficiency. Yeah, Call Valley. I mean, not Call Valley. Ozzy J. That is a long-term goal of mine. But yeah, bucket list on of. I'm also into traditional investing as well. But I think when profits get good again with Bitcoin mining, and I'm obviously saving all of my profit. I am using, my yield to pay for my power bill because I can't pay it out of pocket. I'm sorry, I can't afford $3,000 a month. I mean, I could, but I don't want to. That's foolish in my opinion. So I am just going to, I'm going to hold the remaining profit, and then my goal is I would like to have my ASIC farm profits bankroll some rental properties. That's another thing I'm working on in the future here. And her fans give away a full Bitcoin. I don't know who Miss Teen Crypto is. I don't watch that many people in this space. I watch some of the people that I just like to watch. I know I've heard people talk about Miss Teen Crypto, but I've never watched a video or her show. John says he has an S19 95 terahash and an S19J Pro 104. I can get my 95 terahash more first, so it depends on the S19. Yeah, it does. It does depend on the S19 version. I'm waiting for Luke to come back. Waiting for Luke to come back for his numbers, because that is crazy. 18.9 joules per terahash. That is a very good number. Another fun fact, though, with Vanish, you're actually able to pull the firmware updates from Vanish to Foreman. So Foreman is probably, to me, the most used and widely adopted ASIC management system that's out there. You can use stuff like Hive and stuff like that, but I think Foreman is probably the most widely used, especially across bigger farms. At least people that I know that are in the industry. I need to know what. How are you, Nick? Glad you can make it. We're about to end the stream here. I am just waiting for Luke to come back to us so I can do a calculation. I am intrigued though about his 18.9 joules a terahash. I am intrigued. That is extremely low. Also, I would be curious at what time of the year he got this, because obviously if he tuned it in the winter time, efficiency would be better, right? Because in the summertime, the efficiency would actually be less, right? Because the fans are being used more and stuff like that, which would create more power, and which would also make the efficiency go down. So I would be interested at what time of the year he got those results as well. We are waiting, Luke. I will wait. Oh, in 32 cells, 32C here. You guys need to use freedom units here. You need to use American units here. What is 32C to Fahrenheit? 89.6. Okay, I mean, that's a pretty warm. That's like I would say a decent summer day. Okay, John. All right, here we'll do John while I wait for Luke. Luke, I need your numbers, man. Let's go here. Share screen. We'll go back here. Let's go to mine the ASIC. Let's go ahead and run John's numbers. John, I don't know what your power is, but this is my rate. That where I have my ASICs hosted at. We'll just use that as the rate. 95 so 55 terahash at 1,000 watts. What he says he's doing. Okay. Wow. That is wild. That is way better than brains. Holy smokes. Jeez, that is good. That is really efficient. And then the 104 is at 67 at 1740. Okay. Yeah, that one's not even close to as efficient. Look at that. It's only 7% profit. But look, the 55 at 1,000 is, man, dude, that is insanely good. I bet you're even profitable even at like 12 cents, probably, I'd imagine, right? Yep, still profitable at 12 cents. Okay, you're not profitable at 14. You're making barely anything at 13. That's really good. That's good for a home miner. That is really, really good, John. That is very impressive to tune the 1,000 and get 55 terahashes. That is really, really good. Obviously, if you had a good power weight, John, like somewhere below 10 cents, like I know some people in some places in very rural areas have like 6 cents, right? If they're like in really rural areas of in the US, right? Middle of nowhere. Like just look at that. If you had 6 cent power, you're doing good. You're doing good, John. I am on variable. Okay, hold on. Let me do a conversion here. 13 Canadian to US. No. It's at 0.13. It's about 9.4 cents. Okay, so he's at 9 cents. Let's call it 9. He is making that. That's really good, John. Okay. At night it's 7. Luke says he'll have to get back to me. He has to go live stream. All right, Luke. I appreciate it, man. But I am interested in that. Whew, man. That efficiency is 18.9 joules. That's really, really good. And you can see here that John's shutdown price is 45,000, which is the lowest that I've ever seen in a tune. So really, really impressive, John. Next live stream, Luke. Okay, no problem, man. I appreciate it. Do you don't remember what the terahash was though, Luke? I can figure out wattage if I mean, you can figure out wattage if you just know the terahash. I don't know if he remembers the terahash on it or not, but all right, guys. Well, thank you for hanging out with me for, stacking Satoshi Sunday. We'll try to have some more interesting content next week for Bitcoin mining. And hopefully Luke will join us again and can share some of his numbers, because 18.9 joules a terahash is really, really good for an S19K. You're getting down to the S21 efficiency. So let's go ahead and we're going to end this stream, and I'll see you guys next Sunday.